In a quiet village, nestled between rolling hills, lived an old lady. She had no children, no wealth to her name, and no grand stories of fame. To the outside world, she had nothing. But to the villagers, she was the richest person they knew. She possessed a rare treasure, a deep, unshakable peace. Her happiness wasn't found in grand mansions or lavish feasts. It bloomed in the simplest of things, the gentle warmth of a small fire on a chilly evening. A humble soup made from vegetables she grew in her own tiny garden. The sweet, familiar notes of old songs she'd hummed to herself, and most of all, her smile. A smile so genuine and bright, it could light up the darkest of days. Whenever someone in the village felt lost or sad, they wouldn't go to the mayor or the wealthiest merchant. They'd make their way to her little cottage. They knew her quiet strength and unwavering optimism were a balm for the soul. Her smile, offered freely even when she had nothing else to give, was her greatest asset. It was a symbol of spiritual stability, a beacon of hope that reminded everyone that happiness wasn't about what you have, but about how you see what you have. Her life was a testament to the idea that true wealth isn't counted in coins, but in moments of quiet gratitude and inner peace. One day, a weary traveler arrived in the village. He had journeyed far and wide, seeking the true meaning of happiness. He had heard tales of this wise old lady and hoped she held the answer to his questions. He found her sitting by her fire, her face etched with a serene calm. He asked her, "I have chased wealth, sought recognition, and yearned for more, yet peace eludes me. You have so little, yet you seem to have everything. What is your secret?" The old lady smiled gently, and instead of answering directly, she told him a story. "Imagine," she began, "that life presents you with 3 doors. The first door is made of gleaming gold. Behind it lies all the riches and fortune you could ever dream of. It promises a life of luxury, power, and fame. Many are drawn to its shine, believing it holds the key to all their desires." She continued, "The second door is crafted from smooth, polished wood. It represents youth and beauty. It whispers promises of turning back the clock, of erasing wrinkles and regaining the vigor of your younger years. It calls to those who fear the passage of time, who believe happiness is tied to a reflection in the mirror. And then," she said, her voice growing softer, "there is the third door. It is made of old, rusted iron. It's not appealing to the eye. It looks forgotten and worthless. This door represents humility and acceptance. It stands for the belief that even in old, worn, and imperfect things, there is profound value. As I've always said, the most beautiful things in my life have always come in old, worn packages." The traveler listened intently, picturing the 3 doors in his mind. "If you had to choose," he asked, "which door would you open?" The old lady's eyes twinkled. "I would choose the rusted door," she said without a moment's hesitation. "But why?" The traveler pressed. "What if it held nothing?" The old lady's smile widened. "My choice isn't about what I hope to find behind the door. It's about which door reflects the life I already live. I choose the rusted door because it aligns with my philosophy. I find beauty in what is simple, old, and overlooked." She paused, letting her words sink in. "And if I were to open that rusted door and find nothing but dust and silence inside, it wouldn't matter. My peace would remain undisturbed." She then shared the very core of her wisdom, a simple truth that resonated with profound depth. "I came into this world with nothing, and today I still have my smile. So you see, I haven't lost anything at all." In that moment, the traveler understood. She had achieved a state of freedom so complete that she was unbound by the chains of desire. Her happiness wasn't a prize to be won by choosing the right door. It was something she already possessed, long before any choice had to be made. The old lady had already found the most valuable treasures in the world, her inner peace and her unwavering smile. The golden door, the wooden door, they were irrelevant. She had no need for what they offered because she was already whole. Her happiness wasn't conditional. It didn't depend on gaining something new or recovering something lost. It was a constant, a wellspring of joy that flowed from within, regardless of her external circumstances. She had discovered that the truest contentment comes not from acquiring more, but from appreciating what is already there. The traveler sat in silence for a long time, the old lady's words echoing in his soul. He had spent his life chasing treasures behind golden doors, only to find them empty. He had looked for happiness in external things, in wealth, in status, in the approval of others. But this humble woman, with her simple life and radiant smile, had shown him a different path. He finally looked up, his eyes clear for the first time in years. He realized the lesson he had traveled so far to learn. He thanked the old lady not just with his words, but with a newfound peace in his heart. As he prepared to leave the village, he turned and shared his revelation, summarizing the profound moral of her story. He said, "Sometimes happiness is not behind the golden door. It's not about what you gain. It's about being thankful even when the door you choose is empty. It's about being happy right where you are. To smile even when life feels small and simple. Sometimes that is the greatest treasure of all." And with that, he continued his journey, no longer a seeker of fortune, but a carrier of peace. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, remember to like, share, and subscribe for more content that nourishes the soul.